Is it true that Mormons can't drink coffee, but they can have energy drinks? Yes. But I was taught about what's called the Word of Wisdom, which used to be called like the Mormon Health Code, was that we were not to drink any alcohol, coffee, black and green tea. No one talks about this part, but it also says to eat meat sparingly. And there were some extreme Mormons that made extra rules that didn't exist, like no soda, no caffeine. This originated in 1833 from Joseph Smith, the very first prophet of the Mormon Church. And what I was taught was that Joseph Smith could not have come up with this groundbreaking revolution by himself. It had to be from God because there was no teaching similar at the time that abstained from these things. And then science eventually found out that he was right. Wrong. In the early 1800s, there was a movement called the temperance movement, which prohibited this consumption of alcohol as well as a no meat diet. And this was in the New England area, which happened to be where Joseph Smith was located. And there was a man named William Metcalf who was inspired by the temperance movement. Now, William Metcalf later on met a Presbyterian minister named Sylvester Graham, who would then go on to start the Philadelphia Temperance Society in 1830. Sylvester Graham theorized that basically all human illness stems from what he called overstimulation. Interestingly enough, Sylvester Graham taught to abstain from what? Coffee, tea, spices, alcohol, and obviously no meat. He even went as far to say that eating meat led to carnal desires and like masturbation. Like he taught against masturbation and any type of sex that doesn't lead to procreation. So I'm thinking that he was a hero of Joseph Smith's. Yeah, sorry to be the one to burst your bubble, Mormons. It was not inspired by God. It was very much already a thing. But this is a pretty serious Mormon teaching because there are certain requirements to enter the Mormon temple, which I've talked a lot about. One of the requirements is to be following this word of wisdom and abstaining from these things. And if you're not following the word of wisdom, you're not going to be able to be accepted to go into the temple and perform all these rituals, which is necessary to go to the highest degree of heaven. So yeah, I would say it's kind of important. I knew that it was weird growing up, but something about being Mormon is like sometimes the weirder that your teachings are, the more cool you feel, or at least that's like what the church wants you to feel, and they very much try to make you feel like you're in the know. In my patriarchal blessing, I was taught that if I did follow the word of wisdom, that I would be protected health-wise in my life. I did used to find it weird that no coffee or tea, but Red Bull, Monster energy drinks are fine. I was always just told, God works in mysterious ways. Get into this beat though.